welcome back to my channel. My name is Ebony, and if you are new here, then welcome to my corner of the YouTube universe, and if you're old here, then hey guys, welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe down below and thumbs up if you find the video helpful. And today I tried some curl formers. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions and review of these $15 curl formers that I got from Walmart. And when I saw them, I'm like, is this real? This can't be real. You pretty much get 36 curl formers for 15, 16 bucks, which I thought was a bomb deal. And I was like, yup, getting them. Cause I've had my eye on curl formers for a while, but that price tag just deters me every single time. There's just no way I can spend almost $100 on plastic. So, you know, I went for the knockoff, which I've been hearing aren't bad. Like, they might even perform better than the real curl formers. So I went ahead and ordered them. They came in like a couple weeks ago. It comes with pink and orange curl formers. I think they're supposed to be two different sizes, but I can't tell. Honestly, the pink and the orange look the same size to me. And maybe in the name brand curl former set, they are different sizes, but in this set, the knockoff one, they're not. They did not come in any kind of fancy packaging, so it's literally this bag. This is it, which is fine with me. I don't need fancy packaging for storing stuff like this. So why don't we just jump into the review, first impressions, tutorial part, and then at the end, I'll tell you the pros and cons about these knockoffs. Hey guys, so I got some curl formers. I already showed you guys these, and it comes with this hooky thing. It's pink, it's plastic, it snaps together like that. On the one end it has the hook part, and on the other end it's just like square. And I am starting off on freshly washed and deep conditioned hair. So this is what everything is looking like. And I already did the one half of my head. It kind of was a struggle, but I do have a flow down now. And so we're gonna start on the section that you guys can see the best in the camera, which is the back here. And this is just a texture shot of what my hair is looking like prior to setting my hair. So I'm putting the orange ones in the back, as you can see on the other side, and the pink ones in the front, just because everybody else was doing it. Again, I still think they're the same size. I am using the Main Choice. This is their leave-in conditioner, their 24 karat cuticle repair, leave-in conditioner, ancient Egyptian line, whatever the whole thing is, I'll link it down below. But I am not doing the lock method because I did want my curls to be pretty bouncy and not weighed down. So I'm using the leave-in and the 24 karat glistening gel. And before, when I used it, I was very heavy-handed, so I'm being very light. I do want my curls to have some hold, but not too much hold. So after brushing that through, I'm going to take the curl former and slide it on here. And just for the record, it is super hard to slide these things on when you have a whole bunch of product all over your hands. It's a slip and slide. It's madness. It's just madness. Here you guys can see that the curl former is long, and it kind of extends longer than the hook, which was also something that was super annoying. You want to try and get it to stay on the end here without going all the way through, and I hope that makes sense. Anyway, hook your hair into the little hook thing. Make sure that no hair is left behind, and do not put it super close to your roots. Then you're going to push it down kind of into the curl former. I know you can't see because my hand is right there. And kind of pinch the top of the curl former so that it stays open, and then pull your hair through. So don't worry, we're gonna go through this again because you didn't really see it the first time. But this is what everything is looking like. So we're gonna slide it on. See how difficult this is getting? She is not working with me. She's not working with me. And make sure that it is on the hook and not extended beyond the hook, because it's just going to be harder to pull. Do not put the hook super close to your root area because it's just going to have a lot of tension on your roots and it's going to hurt when you pull it, trust me. Then you are going to push the hook down into the curl former, hold the top of the curl former open, and pull the hook through. There you see me pinching it and pulling it and kind of letting it snap back up on itself. Make sure all the kinks are out of the curl former because it can kind of kink up, but yeah, that's what everything was looking like. This is it in the front. I know it's cut off here. I'm so sorry. I thought I was in the frame, but hopefully what I'm saying is making more sense on this shot. Pushing it down, holding the top of the curl former open, and pulling the hair through. If the top of the curl former closes, it's going to be harder for you to pull the rest of your hair through. And I didn't want it to completely snap back because they were hitting me in the face, so you can control it. So this is what everything is looking like. I used all 36 curl formers, 18 in the back and 18 in the front. And just make sure that your hair is properly detangled before you start this whole process because it will make it much easier. It is currently 3:27 on the 25th. And I slept with these overnight. It is 1:36 on the 26th here. And I told you guys before in my Battle of the Bonnets video that the Isokeen Inoue bonnet is super huge and it fits everything. And voila, there you go.
There you go. There you go.
All my curl formers were in there and I slept with them overnight. It was the most uncomfortable night's sleep ever, but it did fit under my bonnet. So here I'm taking the curl formers out, which is really easy. You just uncurl them, pinch the top and slide. Pinch and slide, okay? Really, really easy. So this is what my curls are looking like right off the bat. This might be one of my new favorite styles because it keeps my hair stretched, and the best part is they are heatless. So there is no damage being done to your hair. Again, you want to uncurl, pinch at the root, and slide down. And sometimes your curls will kind of like kink up on you like you just saw that one do, but they're really easy to just make more uniform. So this is what everything is looking like. Very shiny and bouncy and healthy. There was no heat involved. I did not sit under the dryer or anything. This is straight out of the curl formers. No manipulation at this point. And now I am just going to start to separate. I do like my hair like this, but I wouldn't wear it out in these kind of like Shirley Temple locks. It's just a little too, I don't know. I just don't like it. It just, no ma'am. I want my hair to fluff out and frizz out a bit just so it looks cuter, in my opinion, and more realistic. So I am just taking my hair, taking the curl, stretching it out, seeing where my hair naturally separates, and then pulling it so that it's separating all the way through. Throughout the week, my hair kind of did re-curl on itself because I didn't put the curl formers in different directions when I installed them. But that's okay, I learned for next time. So this is what the separated side is looking like. Very fluffy and voluminous. And this is what the unseparated side is looking like. So you could wear either or depending on your preference. And since I didn't put oil on my hair shaft, I also forgot to put it on my scalp. So I'm just taking a little bit on my fingertips here and massaging that into my scalp so it is not super dry. So I am just gonna take my pick here, my Superman pick, and pick out the roots because I felt like they weren't cute. They weren't cute. So that's all I'm doing here, fluffing it out, shaking it out to my desired look. And this is what everything is looking like when it's all said and done. So con number one, this thing kept breaking. It feels like pretty cheap plastic. It seems relatively sturdy, but at one point I did think about super gluing this together because it kept popping apart while the curl former was on here and I was trying to pull down my hair through the curl former. Real quick note to self, if you are feeling any kind of serious tension on your scalp or on your hair or anything like that, you're doing it wrong. Please stop. You will feel some pulling, but serious tension, you should not be feeling serious tension. So this clean popped apart several times when I was first learning how to use the curl formers, and so that was kind of a turn off. That sucked. Another thing is I felt like this loop here should be a little bit bigger or longer or something, and I think in the name brand curl former set it is, but trying to put all of your hair in this little loop part here, you really have to hold it in there, and it took me a while before I could like get a technique down. Eventually, by the time I got to this half of my head, when I was showing you guys, it made more sense. It flowed a little bit better, but at first it was like, this is dumb, I'm not gonna like this. I was getting really discouraged real quick. Another con is that when you have product on your hands and you're trying to work this thing and the curl formers at the same time, it's literally like slippery plastic. Everything is sliding all over the place. This is really hard to grip onto, and that sucks. And as far as the length of the curl formers are concerned, like I showed you guys already, it kind of like extends off of the end, and you gotta get in a flow. You have to get in the flow of how to actually put these on your hair. I don't know if it's just me. I was struggling. It took me about like half my head to actually get a flow down, and then after I did, it made more sense, but it was difficult at first, and from all the tutorials I've seen, I just didn't feel like they were struggling. I struggled. So don't worry if you don't get it right off the bat. It's not something I got inherently right off the bat. As many tutorials as I watched, it still didn't make sense after I had it in person. The biggest con I would have to say is sleeping on them. I did not intend to sleep on them originally. I'm pretty sure my hair was dry after I got finished watching Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder, because I started at 3. I didn't plan on taking them out until after 11, so that's like a long time for your hair to dry. I just didn't want to sleep on it and then my results not be as bouncy in the morning, so then I can go like this. But all in all, I feel like this is a really good deal. I feel like it's a great price for something that is very effective. Again, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but after you get that down, use whatever your regular product rollout is, and you got a pretty good set here. I think next time I might use mousse as well. This gel, the 24 karat glistening main choice gel, I used it with the leave-in conditioner again, and it is still kind of like flaking on me, so it's not super bad, but I can tell and I don't like it. So next time I'll probably use some kind of a mousse, you know, just to set it. Maybe I'll sit under the dryer, but I like it. This is giving me Rizzo from Grease vibes. I'm loving it, and I think the bigger and poofier and frizzier it gets, the more I'm gonna like it. Let me know down below what you guys think about my faux bangs that I like bobby pin down. I think they're cute. They make me look like I'm 12. I mean, I already look like I'm 12, but I think they're cute. I really like them. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos from me. Check out my social media platforms here. I am on Instagram and Snapchat, probably the most, but I will get back to you on all of them. Don't forget to check out my previous uploads over here, and if you do, then I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!